Hello everyone, Brot here. Today, as you have been requesting this for so long, I will do an updated tier list of all the fusions currently in the game. Some things have changed, some have not from the last tier list. You can see it from in the description section below the video. But in the last month and a half we had some significant changes to the game, so I decided that it is time to revisit all of the fusions and just to see how they're currently positioned in the current meta list of the game. Please, just a quick disclaimer guys, this tier list is based on my opinion and on my understanding on which is good, which is not that good and so on. I have also compiled the list based on, as I just said, my understanding and together with the experience of some of the other people from the Discord server, and together combining both I came up with the list. And just as the last time, I will not use a regular tier list maker, but will make it here, so it will be more let's say easy for you guys to see the name of the fusion, how it is made and so on and so on. And so as always guys, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to support me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as this really helps me a lot. And let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. So guys, let's begin with the tier list. As you can see, I have put all the fusions alphabetically, so we'll start that way. And you can see the name of the fusion, the first and the second spell or magic which the fusion is made from. So first we have Aura of Fire. Now Aura of Fire had some boosts, was buffed quite a lot in the last few patches guys. At the end of the expansion it used to deal times 6 the normal amount of damage, now it does times 10 I believe. So before it was a little bit low on the list, so today I decided that after the buffs it can be upped a little, but still it is not really that strong guys. So I decided to put it in the B section, just like that. Next we have Asteroid. Now Asteroid is currently really strong in the meta guys. As you have know, a lot of people are currently playing the Pandora box build, which consists of Asteroid, Pole and either Void or Electric Sphere. But Asteroid is one of the main fusions in that build, and that build currently has one of the highest results you can get. My next video probably will be about it, and I will show you that if you already don't know it. But because of that, and because Asteroid by itself is pretty strong at the moment guys, it easily goes in the S section. It's really good right now, and you can really use it with the Pandora build, although it is not that consistent because Pandora box is not that easy to get, but once you get it you can really achieve some high times. Next on the list we have Blaze, which is done by Blizzard and Incineration. Now guys, Blaze not really that impressive, at least for me. I tried it a couple of times with the new patches and I don't feel I don't feel that it's really so strong, so I will put it in the C section. Of course it's not one of the worst ones, so it doesn't go in the D section, but solid C, at least in my opinion. Now Bolt from the Blue or Blue Sky guys. Now this has been since even the previous patches of the game one of the most consistent fusions in the game. We have the other way around, we have the Chain Lightning now from the last few patches, but Bolt from the Blue is still a little better and it's still quite consistent. You can play it as a main fusion or as a side fusion in nearly any build, at least in my opinion. And it easily goes in the A tier, because currently it's not one of the strongest ones, but it's still really solid guys. So next on the list we have the Chain Lightning. Now I have told you before guys, I really enjoy the Chain Lightning, the Electric Shock and Thunderstorm fusion. Only thing it is that For example, with Bolt from the Blue, with Blue Sky, we have the Meteor as a legendary artifact which really boosts its power, but with the chain lightning it is not the same way. And although I really like it, it is not as good as Bolt from the Blue, and therefore it goes in the B section. Next on the list we have Constellation. Now Constellation, guys, it has been pretty consistent in the last few patches. Also Fireball got a lot of damage buffs in the previous patches, so it is really good right now. Since the nerf of Void, a lot of people have been going Constellation instead of Void in their builds, and it is, as I said, quite solid, quite good, guys. And again, it also goes in the A section. Sorry guys, I had to skip the video for a little bit, but let's continue. We were up to Destruction. Now Destruction, in my last tier list, I put it in the last tier. It is not one of my favorite fusions, and I don't like it that much. I don't think that it is really that strong. It got some damage buffs in the last few patches, but still nothing so incredible, nothing so amazing, guys. So, at least in my opinion, it goes in the C section. Next we have Doppelganger. Doppelganger got changed a little bit in the last few patches. They changed the way how you shoot the magic bolts, and they also increased the number of spells you can cast with it from 3 to 4, which in a way, at least in my opinion, nerfed it. So I will put it again in the C section, guys. Next on the list we have Earthquake. Earthquake, in my opinion, guys, is not that strong and not that bad. It deals moderate to high damage, and it also has some really quite nice AoE, but nothing special about it, guys. So I will put it in the B section. Electric Orb, guys. Now this is again one of my favorite new fusions. One of my favorite fusions that they introduced with the last patches. I really think that it had the potential to go to the S tier, but we know the nerf to Cyclone, to the number of Cyclones, and this is basically the only reason why it goes to the A tier. Otherwise it could have been a solid C, no doubt, but just because of the nerfs to the number of Cyclones, guys, it has to go here. Now next on the list we have Electric Pulse, Scorching Ray, Electric Shock. I tried it a couple of times, guys, and I don't feel that it's really that strong. It has this cool electric effect that it adds to the Scorching Ray, and I also tried it with cooldown, I tried it with duration and so on, but I don't think that it's really that strong, guys. Just the general idea that they made the the general idea that they made the laser into the Scorching Ray, and that they really reduced the number of lasers or number of Scorching Rays you had, for me it just basically ruined the entire fusion, the entire magic currently. And I really hope that in a way they will increase the number of Scorching Rays you can have in the current patches, and this might also increase its place in the tier list. Next on the list we have Familiar, Spirit and Energy Bolt. Now before, guys, Familiar only used to be good in the insta-death builds, and with the current meta of the game, insta-death is really bad because of the high number of immune to insta-death mobs that we have. This from the last two patches. Before that, maybe in 7.9.4 or 7.9.3, it was A tier, S tier. Basically the insta-death was the way to go. But currently with the new changes, insta-death can't get you past 30, 35 or 40 minutes, let's say. Really not that good, and as I said, sorry guys, Familiar was basically used for insta-death, and because of that reason I will put it in the D section, guys. Sorry Familiar. Flame Strike. Now guys, Flame Strike, just as the last tier list, without a doubt S tier. One of the highest damage dealing fusions in the game. Incineration by itself, one of the really good spells, but fused into Flame Strike, just great results. And just the same as both from the Boo, just the same as Blue Sky. You can have it as a main fusion or as a side fusion in most of the builds currently, guys. So just solid S-star, really high damage. Next on the list we have Flare, and with Energy Bolt we had some significant changes. They in a way dropped, not in a way, but they dropped the number of Energy Bolts, they nerfed it because of, I believe it was something with particle problems and performance problems, something like that. But also in the last few patches they increased, I believe it was the damage and so on of Energy Bolt, and it's actually quite nice, guys. If you go full duration with Flare or with Spark as Energy Bolt as the first spell, you get some nice results. So I will put it in the A section, in the A tier. Next on the list we have Flash Shock, which is Electric Shock and Spirit. I have tried it a couple of times, guys. I do not really like it, and I do not think that it is really that good. So, at least in my opinion, it goes in the C section. Let me just get that over here, so we have some more space. And let's continue. Ice Age. Now, in my last tier list I put Ice Age in the last tier. It got some improved in the last patches, guys, but I still really don't like it at all. I believe there are way more powerful fusions you can take, so just because of the buffs it will rise from the D to the C section. And now these are the fusions we have left. Next on the list we have Judgement, again one of the new fusions. It's actually quite strong, guys. It deals quite high damage, and yes, it lowers the number of thunderstorms you have into 1, but the more thunderstorms you have in general, although it is fused into 1, the number of thunderstorms will boost its damage and so on and so on. And actually with Meteor and with number of magic and with other damage artifacts, it really deals a high amount of damage. I have tried it together with Flame Strike and I had some incredible results there. But it lacks something to get to the S tier, guys, at least in my opinion. So I will put it in the A tier just like that. Next on the list we have Lava Wave, Tsunami and Incineration. Now we will get to Pole later, guys, which is Tsunami and Frost Nova, currently one of the best fusions. And I just really don't know why you would go Lava Wave instead of Pole. Maybe if you want to use the Frost Nova for something else but still want to have Tsunami, I don't know. But in my opinion Lava Wave is really behind Pole, and it is not overall that good, so I will put it in the C section. Lava Zone, now it is basically nearly the same, guys. Lava Zone, Meteor and Incineration, and you have Meteor and Armageddon, which make Asteroid, which is way better than Lava Zone. The thing with Lava Zone I don't like is that the cooldown begins once the lava zones disappear. So you cast them, they stay on the ground for some time, and when they disappear then the cooldown begins, which means that without having Pandora's box you cannot overlap them on the ground. And this is the main reason why I don't like the fusion, guys. And again, it goes to the C section. Magic Missiles, I don't know if you have tried it, guys. I really don't like it. I think it has potential, the visual effect is really good, but overall, besides that, it does low damage, it has close AoE and so on, and I don't believe that currently it is good in any build. Yeah, the Spirit fusion's not that good at the moment, guys. Nuclear, we do this just really quick, just like the last Met tier list, guys. Really high damage, really strong if you manage to stack the full number of satellites, which you get 4 from leveling, 1 more from mastered class, 2 more from items, you get to 7 satellites, and if you have some increased magic size from artifacts, the nuclear fusions becomes really big, it does really a lot of damage, and you can easily go over 60 minutes, over 65 minutes just with it, guys. It is really that strong. so just because of that, easy S tier. Next we have Orbital, and again, just as both from the Blue Sky, easy A tier. It is really solid at the moment, with a high number of thunderstorms and high damage from artifacts and from the research page. It is quite strong at the moment, guys. I really enjoy it and I like playing with it. So, at least in my opinion, it goes in the A section. Next we have Plasma Beam, which is also one of the new fusions. But as I just said, the same problem that we had with Electric Pulse. The Scorching Ray is really not that good just as a spell by itself, and together as a fusion it again does not represent something that magnificent, something that important or something that good, so I'll put it in the C section. Next we have Poison Gas. Now guys, before Poison Gas was mainly used when you go with the Magician build, with the Magician class, and with the changes to the Magician class, the Poison Gas fusion is just not that strong at the moment. So we'll put it in the, or at least I will put it in the C section. Let me just make some quick change, so we have some more space here. Just like that. And let's continue, guys. We have Pole, Tsunami and Frost Nova. As I mentioned before, Pole is currently one of the best fusions in the game. Probably just like Asteroid because of the Pandora build. Because when you get the Pandora box, Pole and Asteroid just really insane damage and insane AoE clear around you. Definitely if you go the Pandora box, the two best fusions you can take. For the third one you can either choose Electric Orb or Void. But Pole, guys, it is quite strong, especially if you master it with a number of tsunamis and with reduced cooldown. I believe it was 2.5 seconds. And together with the Pandora box, if you have the right procs of it, you can nearly have Pole, after that Pole again from the box, then a normal cast of Pole. It is really strong, guys, and it also freezes the mobs around you. Next on the list we have Pyroblast. I did a couple of videos on Pyroblast, guys, as you know. I had really high expectations about it, and I thought it had quite a potential, but yesterday I tried it even with the highest possible number of fireballs and with Brand of Satan, and I just don't see it, guys, because you don't cast them at the same time, you cast them one by one by one by one and so on, you get the idea. And also the damage is not really that impressive, so I will put it in the B. Tar, I really hoped it can get higher on the list, but we will see. There might be some build that we have not discovered yet that involves Pyroblast and it may rise, but currently with the current meta it is in the B tier. Next on the list we have Shooting Star, Blizzard and Meteor. Nothing special here, guys, nothing that strong. At least according to me it's a solid C. Next on the list we have Spark. You know, guys, they changed Spark. It used to be made from Energy Bolt and Electric Shock, and now it is made from fusing Energy Bolt with Electric Zone, which opens the possibility to have Spark and Electric Orb at the same time. As you saw in my white build, really cool effect and really high damage as well. But it is actually not that good as Flare, guys. I really prefer Flare over Spark and believe Flare is better than Spark, and this is why Spark goes in the B section. Void. Now in my previous tier list, Void was a solid A or even C tier. It used to be really good, but again, because of the changes to Cyclone and the number of Cyclones, I will put it here in the B section, just because I believe that it is not that good as Electric Orb, and I would nearly 99% of the time go Electric Orb over Void, just in the current meta. Next on the list we have Volcano or Volcanic Eruption, Meteor plus Frost Nova. Now Volcano used to be really good in a number of magic builds before. in my last build. I believe it was A. I put it in the A section, and with a high number of magic, high number of meteors, and with the dimension gate artifact which increases the number of meteors, it is actually quite strong, guys. It is not that bad, but again, it lacks something to be as good as Asteroid, Meteor and Armageddon, and because of that it goes to the A section. And last on the list we have Wisp, guys. I have not been such a fan of Wisp, even from the time I started playing the game, when I played in Korean and I couldn't understand anything, but even then I managed to get it and I was in a way not that impressed with it. There might be something that I'm missing, or that other people find in it and put it a little bit higher in their lists, maybe, I don't know. But at least for me it is maybe here, A-, B+, I don't know, but I will just put it in the B section, in the B tier. And that was the entire tier list, guys. Please note that there might be, and there possibly are, a lot of, or not a lot of, but at least some builds that have not been discovered yet that might actually change the tier list, but I will continue to update you guys with anything new that comes up, and will continue to update the tier list regularly based on the updates and changes to the game and the fusions the developers provide us with. I just wanted to say that I am actually quite happy with the current state of the game. Before that, you remember, we couldn't do runs longer than 30, 35, 40 minutes at the most, but currently there are runs and people who play the game and get times close to 80 minutes. My current best is 71 minutes, but I believe that the 80 minute mark is reachable with the right build and artifacts, and I'm really happy that the developers listened to us and lowered the difficulty of the game, and I really hope that they will continue to update it regularly, as well as release it for iPhone, as I know that some of you guys have iPhones and really want to play the game on their devices. And that's all for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video and the tier list. If you have some suggestions, if you have something you want to ask, feel free to write it down in the comment section below, as I always try to answer all of the questions below my videos. And again, guys, thank you for watching, have a nice day and see you soon, bye bye.